Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 6:56, so about 4 minutes away from Fest. Chance to get to the Boston Calling Music Festival, and then, of course, to Riot Fest as a qualifying prize. So make sure you're here in just 4 minutes, 8 o'clock. We'll have that for you, even if we have to interrupt this incredible audio from our great friend, Ben Bradley, doing his final interview. And final, attack interview of Tiffany Henyard, trying to just get her to say something, as he's the pioneer pretty much in the whole Tiffany Henyard Dolton thing, our winner of last year's Piece of Garbage Madness, worst mayor in America, as they told her as. And so he wanted to get one more final conversation with Tiffany Henyard. She lost the election of Dolton. She's on the way out as the supervisor of Thornton Township, badly beaten at the box office. Still all the questions, FBI still investigating.
At the box office or at the ballot box?
Oh, the ballot box. Yeah, the ballot box.
Hollywood's in trouble now. Tiffany Henyard bombed at the box office.
Oh, you know there's
I can't believe I missed that movie. Wait a damn minute.
I feel like we've been living in a movie. Still the ongoing FBI investigation, so she could end up either in jail or having to pay massive fines, who knows. But here was Ben Bradley on WGN last night with this final report. Now he approaches Tiffany Henyard at her Easter festival.
Easter food drive, to be specific.
Yeah.
But really, when Tiffany Henyard's there, it's more of a festival.
Well, clearly, here's what it sounded like.
I love y'all. And nothing you can do about it.
Let's stop there.
Okay.
This is about a 3-minute piece of audio we're going to go through, but I love
Get
y'all.
comfortable.
I love y'all would have been great.
Love it.
You know, stole a lot of money from the government and the people, but love y'all, but there's nothing you can do about it.
Of course she loves them. Look how rich she is. I'd love them too.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know I would reject love from someone like her, but I guess I would. Nothing you could do about it.
Nothing
I love
you
y'all.
can do about it.
Thank you, Tiffany. We love you too.
The curtain will soon close on the Tiffany Henyard show, but not before one last dance.
Supervisor,
Oh, stop it, man.
Come on now.
Go on, be with
people want to know what's next for
You
you.
know what's next? Why you out here? Why are you out here?
Uh-oh.
Now, again, I want to make clear that her and Ben Bradley for the last several years have had some confrontational interviews as he tried to get information, would kind of surprise her in situations. Thank God he did, because he found all this information on this is why she's not mayor and stealing money
She
anymore.
said, why are you here?
Which, to be clear, again, is her Easter food drive, which we'll hear from people that were there in just a second. But, you're so right. I mean, Ben's been tracking this story for a year and a half, 18 months. Kenzie did not have her second child when we started talking about Tiffany Henyard. That's how long it's been. And Ben, to his credit, has never been openly antagonistic. He's never been rude to her. He has tried to give her truly a fair and balanced chance for the last 18 months. And Tiffany Henyard greets her with, "Why are you here?"
He's also had his many doors slammed in his face, trying to get in there.
Yes.
You know what? If he didn't bring food, though, she's probably like, what are you doing? How dare you? It's
fair.
an Easter food drive.
That's fair.
This is for my pantry.
Oh, stop it, man.
Come on now.
Go on, be with
People want to know what's next for
You
you.
know what's next? Why you out here? Why are you out here?
We were there for Henyard's final food giveaway and a new tally of what she's cost taxpayers. On Easter weekend, cars lined up for blocks. Tens of thousands of tax dollars spent for another one of Henyard's famous food giveaways.
Our last hurrah, and I did not vote for that woman, and I never didn't vote for her before, but I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her.
Listen, they're trying to get some of their money back, period. Go get the food. Go get that food after your taxes have been used to pay for her luxurious life.
That woman, by the way, that just said that I don't like her. Her name is Gert, as WGN credits her.
I love it.
Gert, not a fan of Tiffany Henyard.
Nope. How'd she say it again? Let's see.
But I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her.
I think sometimes people say that about me. Like, I'll take the trip, bitch.
Clash with Kenzie 720 every day. You have a chance to win something from Kenzie.
Exactly.
Listen, we actually have a lot more audio to play from this report, but it is 8 o'clock, so I want to make sure we give you a chance at FestFest. So stay here for more of this incredible audio from WGN last night.
They're going to expose just how much money she made in the last year. And even for as much as we've talked about Tiffany Henyard, the number was truly astonishing to me.
I want to get into politics.
Yeah, it's not a bad gig. Chicago and Illinois.
Now, it's your chance to qualify to win a trip for two to Boston to see the Boston Calling Music Festival. Message and data rates apply. Please don't text and drive.
The best fest is Fest Fest. Q101.
Boston Calling Music Festival, we made very clear. You got Sublime and Fall Out Boy, Cage the Elephant. It's a huge festival, Vampire Weekend there. So you will qualify right now if you text the keyword boy, B-O-Y, to 312-591-8300, as in Fall Out Boy, B-O-Y, to 312-591-8300. Text that right now. You have about an hour to do it till 9 o'clock. And that's for the festival coming up at the end of May. And you also qualify for 2 one-day tickets to Riot Fest, the best fest, of course, featuring Blink-182 on Friday, Weezer, Jack White on Saturday, Green Day on Sunday, among 88 other bands. So text right now, boy, B-O-Y, to 312-591-8300 right now.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Fest gave out the keyword for this hour, which is boy, as in Fallout Boy. B-O-Y to 312-591-8300. Text that right now. Do it quick, get it out of the way, because there are several more keywords coming up today at 11, at 2, at 5, the rest of the day. But this is right now, this word for this hour till 9 o'clock. Boy, 312-591-8300. That is the Boston Calling Music Festival. A cool VIP trip to it. And then you come back, chill out for a couple months, and then you've got Riot Fest one-day passes to choose from, whichever day you want to go. It's incredible. It's an experience that only we give you here, Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now let's get back to the Tiffany Henyard audio, the final report from Ben Bradley. I say that like it's not going to be. There's going to be some more. The FBI is still continuing their investigation of former Dolton mayor and Thornton County supervisor Tiffany Henyard. So this audio comes from last night's report to our friend, Ben Bradley from WGN, trying to get some last thoughts, last comments, and it's from her food drive, her Easter food drive. And again, some of the people, I backed up the audio just a little bit to hear what some of the people of Dolton think of Tiffany Henyard.
Last hurrah. And I did not vote for that woman, and I never didn't vote for her before. But I'm going to give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her.
Again, that was Gert.
Heard that before.
Gert?
That was Gert.
Yeah, love her to death.
She's nasty.
Who's that?
That's so Gert?
That was, let's see. Gert was the one that said that she didn't like her. Who's this other woman? I've got the YouTube pulled up here. That is Rosalind. Shout out Rosalind.
Let's go, Rosalind. She just said it. Nasty.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her. She's nasty.
Oh, boy. The report continues.
She's giving us back what we already gave. But
Oh, boy. That's
Period. That's what I was saying. Go get your food. Go get your food.
She's nasty.
she's giving us back what we already gave. But ain't nobody else doing that either.
Tiffany Henyard does spend a lot of money, some of it on worthwhile programs, but she's also benefited handsomely and questionably. Newly obtained records show last year Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dolton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes. Henyard,
Jeez.
Think about that.
Kenzie, that really caught you by surprise.
Woo! More than the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah. No disrespect to Dolton. At one point, they were thinking of bringing a second NBA team to Dolton with the Bulls still existing in Chicago. At one point, this is many years ago, they're going to bring an NBA team to Dolton. Tiffany Henyard not involved in that transaction. This is pre-Tiffany Henyard.
She would have been the point guard of the NBA team.
However, I got to believe the Chicago mayor should make more than the city of Dolton. That's just a thought.
Apparently, according to AI Overview, the Chicago mayor makes $216,000 a year.
216, and she made 347 last year total with
She's
both positions.
smoking his ass on the money, honey.
And Dolton lower cost of living than Chicago. I know it's in our listening area.
Dolton is smaller than Chicago, in case anyone's wondering.
It's kind of like when you get drafted by Green Bay. If you're a football player, it's the lowest cost of living city, so your money, your millions go much further. It's kind of the same deal.
Very much so.
Oh, here we go.
Its comp includes $280.
Let's go back a little bit more on the audio where Ben was talking about the money situation.
Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dolton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes. Henyard's comp includes $282,000 from the township, which also gave her a $4,900 per month expense allowance. And
hold on, $4,900 a month expenses?
Amen. Where is this job hiring? Is this gonna be a monster?
Monster.
Where am I allowed to apply for this job?
Wow, $4,900, so $60,000 a year in expenses that you can do whatever you want with.
Wow. On top of the salary, which already seems like enough money to do whatever you want with.
The laugh that I was given when I tried to expense something here was like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight Rises, that evil laugh he does. That's what it was when I asked to expense something that cost under $10.
Yeah, I know. We're not allowed to.
$4,900 a month?
A month.
Good Lord.
$4,900 per month expense allowance and an $1,100 monthly vehicle allowance.
Wait, what? You know what you can get for $1,100 a month? You can get one of those Porsche Cayennes, probably.
Yeah, that's an Escalade.
Oh, my Escalade.
Oh my Escalade.
That's despite the fact Dolton taxpayers spent six figures on two SUVs police used to chauffeur Henyard. And did we mention Henyard hasn't attended a single meeting since
Shit. This is the job of my dreams.
Yeah, this is it, Kenzie. This is it.
This is what I've been waiting for. I've been like, what's my purpose? I think this is it.
All that stuff you've been manifesting, it's right here.
Yeah, it's right here, and the job's almost open.
It seems pretty easy, too, to be honest.
The election.
This is perfect.
Why haven't you been to board meetings since your defeat?
And work.
You don't want to answer? You're still getting paid. Why not go to the meetings?
WGN.
Wait, what's
I don't think it's her singing work.
So Henyard is briefly
Good one,
singing work.
Kenzie, by the way.
What happens in that clip is Ben Bradley says, "Why haven't you gone to any meetings since you lost the election?" Tiffany Henyard doesn't answer. Instead, what she does is she kisses a man on the forehead as his car window is down as he's expecting Easter food. Henyard kisses him on the forehead and then moves on and refuses to answer the question.
Well, that's nice.
She's like Jesus.
I got to say, a kiss on the forehead feels nice.
Oh, my God.
I mean, a sandwich only lasts so long.
But kisses are forever.
Well, her lipstick's probably incredibly expensive. You're getting Dior kisses on the forehead.
Oh, if it's that plumping lipstick that makes your forehead then starts plumping. You know, girls with that lip
Stings
plumping.
a little bit.
Oh, I don't like that. Anyway, let's go.
You're still getting paid. Why not go to the meetings?
WGN.
He's trying to yell at her. You're still getting paid. You haven't sold to a meeting.
It was like a disco ball.
Investigates has documented first-class trips for Henyard and her entourage that cost taxpayers well over $100,000. There was a stay at a Four Seasons and steak dinners. In late 2023, this was how she explained it.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas?
Mm.
What is that?
One of the best pieces of audio this show has ever played.
It's still my favorite. What is that?
As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
All right, there's about 50 seconds left of this audio. Let's get to it.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Remember that.
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Despite it all, the spending, a questionable cancer charity, an ongoing FBI investigation.
Which isn't said very often, by the way.
That's a tough sentence. The questionable cancer charity is a tough sentence.
You don't hear that every day. You usually hear very giving, caring cancer charity. Questionable
cancer charity, spending, not good.
Questionable cancer.
Gotta hear that again. Hold on here a second. I know we're up against it. I gotta finish this.
Paid by them.
Despite it all, the spending, a questionable cancer charity, an ongoing FBI investigation, and even a brawl at a board meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Henyard still has her supporters.
I think she's doing what men have been doing for years as far as her security and all those things. She needs that.
She give back to the community, so, I mean, what more can people ask for?
And Tiffany Henyard vows the show will go on.
Oh, boy.
You told us on Election Day we haven't heard the last of you. What's next for you?
It's a lot next for me. Stay tuned.
The FBI.
Oh, Lord. Really? She ain't going anywhere.
No. I know you want this to be the fall of Saigon, where it's like the last time we hear from Tiffany Henyard. It's not going to be.
Nope.
Oh, well, there's gonna be some court dates.
Oh.
I want to. Oh, please let me get called into jury duty. I want to be there so bad. I want to be. You know how everyone tries to get out of jury duty? I want to be in it. I want to be in it so bad.
Here's the final words from Ben Bradley, who broke this story, and we were so glad to be on it right with him the whole last couple years.
A lot next for me. Stay tuned.
The FBI is still tuned in. Sources say agents have visited several of Henyard's allies at home in recent weeks, looking for information and cooperation. As for the six-figure township supervisor's salary, it was 6 times higher than the leaders of Illinois' other largest townships, but it will be reduced to just over $50,000 per year when the new supervisor takes over in mid-May. Some of the other allowance perks, they'll remain in place.
Kenzie, there it goes. Your dream's dead.
You know what? If she could have just reined it in a little bit, you know what I mean? Like you already had so much, and then you had to start a questionable cancer charity. You do all that. Like, if you just would have relaxed, we could have all lived off of this.
Well, not we. You could have gotten the job. It was your
I could
dream
have
job.
gotten the job. Now it's down to $50,000. This poor schmuck has got to do the right thing for low money.
This really shows doing the right thing doesn't pay.
Oh, brother.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for Head to Headlines, where you decide the content of the show based on the headline alone. And by the way, just one more time real quick, since I played Cage the Elephant there, that's your chance to go to Fest, Boston Calling. Make sure you've texted BOY, B-O-Y, to 312-591-8300 before 9 o'clock, a half hour left. And that gets you Riot Fest tickets just for qualifying. So if you've done it already, don't worry about it, because we have another text situation going on in Head to Headlines. But make sure you've gotten BOY in to 312-591-8300. Okay. These are the funniest headlines of the week. Tough this week because we have 2 winners, to be honest. And there's always, going through 100 headlines that are the funniest of the week, there's always great ones. There's an argument over what the final 2 will be. These 2, no argument. These are the funniest headlines of the week, narrowed down to 2. And let's get to it. You decide the content by texting in headline 1 or headline 2 to 312-591-8300. Headline number 1 is: postal worker arrested on DUI charge after drinking vodka at house party on delivery route in Melbourne, Florida. Police say. It ends with that on the headline.
So, could be made up. He's like, that's not what I said. This is what the police said.
It's one of those longer headlines that tells half the story, but also then you want to know more.
I think there's a lot more to that one.
Both these stories you want to know more. Because headline number 2 is: Australian woman spends $8,000 to look like a cat for clout, now deeply regrets it.
Seems like you're already in it, though. What do you do when you already have a tail? You know what I mean?
2 tough ones today. You decide the content by texting in 312-591-8300. Headline 1 or headline 2. We get to it after Hozier, Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Head to headlines. And by the way, if you missed the keyword for Fest, we'll give it to you again here in 10 minutes. We'll give you that word one more time. It expires at 9 for a chance to get to the Boston Calling Music Festival and Riot Fest. We'll give that word there. But head to headlines, 2 headlines, the funniest ones of the week. This one was easy. There were a lot of funny headlines, but these 2 rose to the top. You decide the content of the show by what story you want to hear us break down. Headline 1 was: postal worker arrested on DUI charge after drinking vodka at house party on delivery route in Melbourne, police say. And I think I had to take a deep breath for that headline. A lot there. And then headline 2 was: Australian woman spends $8,000 to look like a cat for clout, now deeply regrets it. Now, I thought these were the funniest headlines by far of the week. We eliminated a lot of others. I think people think the second one pretty much does tell it all. She paid $8,000, looked like a cat, and now regrets it. And that's
The good
it.
news is she has 8 more lives to live after this one.
So everybody chose headline 1. They want to hear more about this story, even though it was a long and detailed headline. There must be something more going on here. I will tell you, her mugshot is fantastic.
In what way?
She looks fun.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, no, not that one. This is the DUI lady.
Very good, Val.
Thank you.
I can't do that.
So the winner, try it real quick.
Perfect.
You can't roll your tongue?
Kenzie, do I look and sound like a guy that could roll their tongue?
Wow.
Okay, let's get moving. So headline 1 was your choice. You decide the content. Postal worker arrested on DUI charge after drinking vodka at house party on delivery route in Melbourne, police say. As you noticed, I had to take a breath in the middle of that. Her name was Caitlin Dye. I like that name. Good name. Caitlin Dye. Well, she's fun. A USPS worker was arrested earlier this month in Melbourne, Florida, not Australia, after she drank alcohol at a house party on her route and was later caught driving the wrong way in traffic.
That's damning, isn't it? That's a tough one.
According to a police cause affidavit. I just want to say one thing, and maybe people, checking in and listening, do you have a job like that? Does anybody ever invite you in their house? Pizza delivery guy, DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, you drop them off. Anybody ever invite you in their house, and do you go, and there's ever been a nice party going on and things fun happen? I'm just curious what our audience has going on in their lives, and if they do that, or if they've invited people and had a good time with somebody. Check in on that. We'd love to hear from you. Tell your story at 312-591-8300. Caitlin Dye was arrested on April 12th on the charge of DUI. By the way, drinking and driving, really bad. Don't do it.
Thank you, Brian.
Even though she looks fun.
It's so brave.
Someone's got to take that stance.
Amen. Amen.
According to the affidavit, Melbourne police were notified that a USPS mail truck was driving in the opposite lane on South Harbor City Boulevard, and the driver was throwing plastic cups out of the vehicle.
Oh, my God.
Yikes.
And they almost got away with it until they started throwing plastic cups. That's tough. It's a tough look.
Going the wrong way wasn't enough. She had to throw the solo cups, the red cups, they'd be almost like pylons in a construction site following her on the wrong way.
Because I'll tell you what, if I saw a mail truck going the wrong way, I'd be like, well, I don't know, maybe like that's the angle to get to the mailboxes on that side.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would leave it. The plastic cups, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Officers pulled over the mail truck and said Dye, quote, appeared confused and disoriented. According to the affidavit, the officers conducted a field sobriety exercise and said her results were, quote, indicative of someone under the influence. It's got to be really weird when you're in the uniform, too, and you're doing you go by people, it's sad when you see that going through a DUI test, and you say, well, that person dumb to drink and drive, and they're out there doing this. And then you see your mailman out there on the street holding their leg up and trying to touch their nose and missing it.
Holding their leg up?
You got to hold like one leg up and do the alphabet backwards, I believe. Maybe an officer can check
I think they
in.
have you stand on one foot sometimes.
Thank you.
And walk in a straight line. I don't think they make you do gymnastics.
I was thinking like leg by the ear.
Oh.
Like a gymnastics.
I mean, you're on one leg.
Like, I'm not drunk, but I can't do that.
Some of the things look very tough to do. Like the alphabet backwards.
Like walking a straight line.
The alphabet backwards is a ridiculous request. I can't do that sober.
So
not fast. You have to wait because they go through every letter.
Police questioned Dye, who said she was delivering to a home on Riverview Drive when she was invited inside for a party. Dye told police she drank 2 shots of vodka before she was pulled over. I got to say that's a low number. I think she did more than 2 shots of vodka before she started driving the wrong way and throwing solo cups out of her truck.
It depends how small you are, because 2 drinks makes me, like, really loopy.
Noted? Everybody remember that? Next appearance with Kenzie.
What, are you going to drug me? What the hell?
I'm saying 2 drinks makes you loopy.
It does.
The officers asked why she was swerving in and out of traffic, and she said it's because she had fallen asleep while driving. Also noted, if you're having trouble sleeping, try vodka. Not in your car, but at home at night in your bed.
That'll do it.
They also
that's
asked.
A healthy alternative to falling asleep.
They also asked about her cup thrown out of the vehicle, and she said it was just water. She used to swish her in her mouth to not smell like alcohol.
But you're still littering.
Yeah, but it's a good answer on that one. Police said they also spoke with the witnesses who called into the incident and reported seeing the mail truck on US 1 where she almost struck multiple vehicles terrible as the truck swerved on the roadway. According to the affidavit, she was booked and in Brevard County Jail, and as far as we know, she's still there. I don't know if anybody's bailing her out. I don't know if the post office has come and say, hey, we need her. She does it better than anybody.
I don't think so.
Should we dip into our God Bless the Gravy fund and bail her out?
Again, well,
I don't think so to that either.
I don't know. I like their answers. They're pretty good.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
We have about 10 minutes left. If you haven't done it yet, text BOY to 312-591-8300 for a chance to qualify for a trip to the Boston Calling Music Festival. You get Fall Out Boy, you get Sublime, you get Vampire Weekend and Cage the Elephant and so many more. Plus, just for qualifying, you get one-day tickets to Riot Fest. You get to pick either Friday for Blink-182, Saturday for Weezer and Jack White, or Sunday Green Day. What a choice. What a tough choice to make.
No kidding.
As well as 88 other bands. So
Like
that's
Sophie's choice.
very good. That's the qualifying prize. So that's not even the main prize, which is the trip to Boston Calling. But we all know Riot Fest is the best fest. So each week we'll have a different festival. This week is the Boston Calling Music Festival. And we do it every day at 8. We start it at 9. It closes out. So Lauren will have another chance at 11, at 2, and then in the afternoon at today or this week with Kevin, 5 o'clock, we'll have a chance there. Now, we just had the headlines. The winning story was postal worker arrested on DUI charge after drinking vodka at house party on delivery route in Melbourne, Florida, police say. What a story. What a great action-packed story. Mm-hmm. And she probably knows she's in jail. We're not billing her out with our food drive money, by the way. We're not doing that.
We are not. Group
We're
decision.
not doing that. But a lot of people checked in, and I asked the question if you ever invited somebody in or were invited into a house party, whatever your job is, and we got a lot of great stories. For example, Mike in Plainfield checked in. When I did pizza delivery when I was younger, I was invited into a married couple's home. The husband went to go get the money for the food in another room, and his intoxicated wife tried to seduce me.
That's awesome.
I had to block away from her repeatedly until her husband came back with the money, and I ran out of the house. Boo!
Boo!
What? Why are you booing him?
Kenzie, this doesn't happen very often. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
He had this golden thing.
Yep.
What, you'd have to be with the guy, too, if he's not into that.
I could handle it. That'd be fine.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going that far like Case went on this one. I'm just saying the wife is right there. The guy, he wasn't going to find that money anytime soon, and I can be quick. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
More stories come in from Eric in Batavia. Says, I worked at a pizza place, I won't name where, and I'm a short king. Took a delivery to a house with a whole bunch of girls, and he was invited in. Like an idiot, came back to the store. After my friends heard this story, they reamed me and gave me a few desserts, sent me back to the house, and told me not to come back until they send you back. I was gone the rest of the day. Nice job, Eric.
My man.
Brendan checked in from the south side. I was asleep, and my buddies ordered late-night Chinese. Gave the Chinese delivery guy $50 to go in my room and wake me up. Needless to say, I was quite frightened when I was woken up by a random Chinese man in my bedroom.
Oh, my God.
There's more. A lot of stories came in on this. Me and a friend invited an Uber driver to go to the strip club with us. As he was dropping us off at the strip club, he came in and partied with us. Me and my friends left before him, and somebody accidentally took his keys. His car was stuck there. Not sure what happened after that.
Oh, my God. That's his place of business. How dare you?
A lot of great stories coming in, and we appreciate you for sharing the comedy
Can I just
and the
say
memories.
really fast, Brian?
Yes.
We got a text that has no context from 612. It said, saw a UPS guy get tased. That's all it said.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Wonder what they were doing.
I know.
I'd like to know more of that story. That's next
what
week's
I'm
Head to
saying.
Headlines. Music entertainment news coming up after Evanescence and passes the Thunderbolts.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q 101.